This morning, new backlash against the governor of Georgia's decision to reopen some businesses starting tomorrow.
It's just too soon. I think it's too soon.
The president reversing course just a day after calling Governor Kemp a capable man who knows what he's doing.
I told the governor very simply that I disagree with his decision, but he has to do what he thinks is right.
Governor Kemp saying his decision is driven by data and guided by state public health officials, allowing all hair salons, massage and tattoo parlors, gyms, dine-in restaurants, and movie theaters to reopen in days, with measures in place like temperature screening and staggered shifts.
I think we're going to have to continue to trust our business community to do the right thing.
Across the country, more states are following suit. In Oklahoma, the governor says salons, spas, and pet groomers can also reopen Friday by appointment only.
We will do this safely, responsibly, and based on the data in our state.
Florida opening more beaches. South Carolina, where some are already back in business, is adding state parks next week with a limit on visitors.
We don't want to make any mistakes.
While in Las Vegas, the mayor is being called reckless for urging casinos and other non-essential businesses to reopen with little to no guidance.
So you don't believe there should be any social distancing? You don't believe that this is
Of course I believe there should be. Of course.
How do you do that in a casino?
That's up to them to figure out. I don't own a casino.
Even offering the major tourist destination up as control group for reopening. The governor of Nevada reacting overnight.
I will not allow the citizens of Nevada, our Nevadans, to be used as a control group, as a placebo, whatever she wants to call it.
Back in Georgia, business owners are split on the state's plan to reopen. The owners of this hair salon say it's not worth the risk.
What we've always heard is social distancing, being 6 feet. You cannot do that while doing hair.
A different take at this Gold's Gym.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to have a sign on every other piece of cardio equipment,
where they are ready to get back to work and for their clients to work out once again safely.